Stop telling yourself it's fine, because if it was fine, you wouldn't be watching this. Most people don't wake up and decide to live smaller than they want to. They drift into it. You buy what's available, you choose what's practical, and you compromise a little, and then a little more. And one day you look around and you think, this works, but this isn't really me. That's where building starts. Not because you need a different house, because you want a different way of living. And those are two very different things. When someone tells me they're thinking about building, I don't hear house. I hear I want space. I want privacy. I want control. I want something that actually fits how I live. And that's not square footage. That is identity. And identity decisions feel heavier than financial ones because once you admit that you want something different, you can't unsee it. Now, let's get specific because this is not philosophical. This is daily friction. Like when you're trying to cook dinner and you realize that you don't have enough counter space to chop vegetables because the sink is full and there's nowhere to set anything down. It's waiting outside the bathroom because there isn't room for two adults at the same time in there. It's brushing your teeth in the hallway because the door won't close with both of you in there. Closets, so shallow that once you hang your clothes, the door won't shut. Or stacking shoes on the floor in bins because there's no depth for shelving. It's walking up 3 flights of apartment stairs with your arms loaded down with groceries because that's your only option. It's loading your dog in a car to drive to a park because you don't have a yard. It's hearing your neighbor's toilet flush through the wall. It's living around your house instead of your house supporting you. And that's what this really is. Here's the part that people don't say out loud. You've already redesigned your life in your head. You've pictured where the kitchen would go. You've imagined where the windows are facing. You've mentally placed the couch in the space. You've thought about what mornings would feel like if you weren't staring at someone else's siding material. But then the practical voice kicks in. Be smart, be realistic. Now is not the time. And slowly that vision gets really quiet. Not because it was wrong, because it felt risky. And after a while, you normalize it. You tell yourself, it's fine, it's temporary. But deep down, you know. When you drive by open land for sale and you feel that pull in your chest, when you see someone else's build and you think, man, that would change everything, that's not greed. That's alignment desperately trying to get your attention. And here's what most people don't say out loud. Sometimes you are not blocked by money. You are blocked by permission. Permission to want more than practical. Permission to design differently. Permission to step outside what everyone else thinks is normal. And that hesitation, it keeps people parked for months, if not years. Not because they can't, because they keep telling themselves to wait. Now, speaking from experience, when my hun and I built a 12,000 square foot clear span steel structure, and yes, that's my hun's Porsche repair shop, it's not a residence, I had zero experience managing something of that size. No roadmap, just dirt and a decision. There was one afternoon I remember standing in the middle of the bare concrete with him. No walls were up at all, just the steel framing and open air. And I thought, this is either going to be one of the smartest decisions we've made or one of the most stressful. There is a weight that comes with that. When it's your money, your responsibility, and your name attached to it, that's the moment most people turn back. Not because they can't handle it, because they don't have structure around it. Structure is what calms the chaos. Building is not reckless. The people who succeed at it, they're not gamblers. They are intentional. They decide what kind of life they want first, and then they reverse engineer into it. They look at land. They look at feasibility. They look at numbers. They look at sequence. Lifestyle without structure, that's fantasy. Lifestyle with structure becomes a plan. And once it becomes a plan, it becomes attainable. And there is a difference between living somewhere and designing somewhere. Default life is reactive. Designed life is intentional. Default life says, this is what we could find. Design life says, this is what fits. Default life adapts to the house. Design life builds the house around the life you want. Those differences change how you wake up every morning. It changes how you host events. It changes how you rest at night. It changes how you move through your own space. So let me ask you something. If the logistics were handled correctly, if the financing was structured properly, if the process was clear, what would you actually change about how you live? Would you want more space? Would you want more quiet? Would you want more privacy? More room to breathe? Type one word in the comments, because clarity starts with naming it. And once you name it, you stop drifting. If you are serious about designing instead of defaulting, the first step is not browsing floor plans. It's positioning yourself correctly. That is where structured decisions begin. Not someday, when you are ready.